Hello, 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 and welcome. Another day, another project. Woohoo! Alright, well, not another project, but yeah, the one we started this weekend. Alright, so as you see, I got stuff right here on top. You do see almost the whole workspace today because we got a lot going on, and I didn't want to take a chance of not being able to, like, cut something off or get out of camera, so we don't want to do that. So we are back to this. We are on our stackable, right, envelope journal cover topper. As you can see, I have pages everywhere because this is sort of what I want to work on. I sort of have things in place where we want to work, so we're going to get straight to it. And I'm just going to walk you through it with me as we go. Sorry about the reach. I am looking for one of my rip tools. There we go. Knock everything over. Yes, everything. You get to see everything. What is all of that? Oh, it's just paper. I was like, what is that? I don't even know why it's up there. That's a weird spot for that to be. I think I have little strips of sticker paper everywhere. It is a really bad habit. No, it's going to take it. I said, well, I could rip it this way, but I think it would leave too much. I'd have to go over, pick and choose. It would be fun, but we have sort of a tight fit here, surprisingly enough. So we might use it on something else. So I'll leave it out. You never know, that ripple might be helpful in another spot or on a side, but not everything. So what I thought we'd do is we're going to start with the top here. Yeah, that way in case I change my mind. I think we're going to cover the tag with this bordered right here. I was going to put this on that yellow, and you couldn't see it when we were done. So I think I'm going to take this chunk of this one section here, and we're going to cover the tag. That's sort of a pocket, right? And then there's going to be some fussy cut area left over that we're going to do some lace in that and cover this part of the pocket envelope, because it's absolutely gorgeous that way. And, you know, cover the tab, things like that. We're going to use the scrap of this strip. We're going to cover those two pieces, which are going to be sitting on top of this lovely green with a little bit more green behind it. So everything is sort of going to start stacking in sections that sort of go together, but flip to the next thing and might be a little different. So sort of how it's working. This is going to be our inside. Like, I have things. So what I don't want to do too much is, yeah, let's not do that. I hate to do it, but okay. Gotta be able to work on it. So let's see. How are we all doing? We are definitely into a new month, or not a month, new week. I am. My brain's already in here to June. I'm trying to get the girls to their last of their, they're working on last projects. This week they have some, you know, the oldest has some projects that are due at the end of the week. So that's stressing her out because her teammates have pretty much left it to her, and she's like, excuse me. Or left her to make all the decisions, which is really weird because she's not the decision maker at all. It's very funny. If it's just her, she'll make the decision to a point, but there's someone else involved that she's not the decision maker, which is really funny. In my eyes, I'm like, you're leaving it to her. Okay. And she's not super, all of a sudden, she's not very excited about one of her final projects. And we're going to have a lot of strips when we're done. We are going to have strips to make stuff with. Ugh, I always have strips. There's never no strips, right? So anyway, she's stressing out a little bit about that because she's like, well, and I'm going to leave some of the brown here. I think I'm going to go down the middle. We're going to leave a little bit of brown for some etching, make it look like it's layered without me having to do the actual layering work. Let's see. And I need to see if I can get this straight. Haha. I don't think I have anything really straight. Sorry, guys. I'm going to come a little bit off camera for a second to see if I can find a way to make this straight. Haha. Because if I don't get these ripped somewhat straight, well, that's going to be a great piece. Ooh. And I really do want to use that blue, and I love that. I'm going to have to see. See, that was a thought, was that maybe I put something like this in here, but it is short. But it might be fun. We're going to tuck it under, though. Let's see. That's not a lot of blue, though. We tucked that part under, which I think it glued itself down anyway. Isn't that funny? We could try to tuck it under and use parts of it here. Well, that might be a good thought process. We have to do something here that does wrap around, but we're not going to see what wraps around because it's getting glued down. But it is going to reinforce this edge, so when it's being opened and closed 50 million times, it's not going anywhere. But okay, we have potential. Potential's everywhere. I don't know what I was saying. That's okay. That's how it goes. I want to see the yellow. I do want to see some of these envelopes because there is something fun behind it. And we are going to put some green, I think, actually, on this yellow to pull from it. We're gonna... My green is dying here. I really should have that covered. I'm sorry, guys. I was afraid if I covered it in black, though. I have a cool black thing, but if I covered it in black, it would maybe show through the paper. So I'm doing my thing. What am I talking about? I don't know. So she's struggling with the project. She's not super stoked about it. I mean, she wants to do it, but she doesn't want to be the only one thinking about it. So that's not making her very happy. Then she's got to do a podcast. She's got a video that they have to put together. I guess they do the scripts and they've done the props and stuff like that. But then when they're coming down to the animation and the rest of the project itself, they're having technical difficulties and they can't seem to get it together. And of course, again, no one really wants to, take the initiative, and she's not one to take the initiative. So if she's got a group full of introverts, she'll chime in a little bit and try to, if they're really sweet, of course, to her and she knows them, she'll chime in and try to get, lead it, but it's not her nature. So she keeps waiting for someone else to lead the pack, and that's not happening. So she's a little frustrated because we're down to the wire. I think 2 projects for her, 2 of her, 1 English and 1 elective is, coming up, and she's not ready. But she keeps relying on, in-class time, and that sort of doesn't work. She has to realize that, you can't wait to do it in class when you have class every other day. I was going to use that. Eek. I forgot I can't go that far. I'm glad I stopped myself. I would have died if I went all the way. We're going to probably use this on the inside. So I was like, eek, I'm talking. I shouldn't talk. I know better. I shouldn't be talking. Can I fold that? I didn't know. Well, we'll make it work. I can glue that down. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world with that one, but I am eyeballing it, which is good and bad. I know. But there's no really good way if I want to keep this ripped feeling. Ripped feeling. That's so funny. Sounds weird. Maybe line it up that way. If I don't do enough, it's gonna be weird. Let's see. Let's try going. Yeah, I don't know. So she's struggling. She's just not having a good ordeal. But yeah, one of them is definitely coming up due, or 2 maybe coming up due, and so I don't know. She's been doing really good all year, where she hasn't really been that frustrated with the assignments. She's been pretty on it compared to last year, where she's like, okay, I'm not great, but I'll do it. And all of a sudden, she's struggling. So I don't know. Luckily, their finals are only about 20 to 30% of their grade. It is not a huge chunk of their grade. Thank God. I said, but still, girly, if you bomb it, then, you take a chance of dropping into the C range. The rest of the work isn't up to par. So I don't know. She's like, we got all the other elements, and they're all there, and that's good. That part is a good chunk of the grade. It's just the film itself, when it's all said and done. Can we, can they execute it? Can they, follow through with it? And I'm like, well, this is your genre. This is what you want to do. So you might want to figure it out. I almost put that in upside down. So anyway, yeah, let's move it over. I did cut it a little shorter than I liked. I did move in a little bit, and I shouldn't have. I would have been fine. That's all right. It's okay. That's where lace is always helpful, right? I mean, lace. No. Lace and more lace. So what I was thinking on the inside of this one was her, because she fits just inside it, which, with a little bit of the green, so it looks like an extension of, and a little bit of this, which is going to be cream over here, so I'm thinking it's going to be helpful. But, I'm going to need to, yeah, we'll keep to that look. I'm just going to have to carefully make that work for us. Which I can't do, apparently. Apparently I can't do that to save my life. Let's see if we can go the other way with it. Anyway, so she was struggling a little bit over the weekend, and we weren't feeling peachy, so going to San Francisco was 50-50, and so I don't know. I'm actually a little ahead of the game on this filming, so I don't know if we made it to San Francisco as we were hoping either. Because, yeah, both the girls are in quite a mood, and I'm like, well, I'm not in the mood to deal with cranky children this weekend. Not at all. We're just seeing this Sunday night, Monday morning. So hopefully I had a good weekend. We did have our last meeting. We will have our last meeting for the Europe trip, so that's super exciting. Oh, that is so... Okay, so we have pieces. Pieces are always good. Nothing else. What's it called? Ink is always good. Ink is always good, except for that. And it's really bugging me, which, well, makes it for enough. I can't go off-centered. Guess we're gonna have to, no matter how hard I tried, I could not get it. And I am hungry. That is not a good thing. Because I didn't eat enough today. There are days you just don't get to it. You're just like, eat. Why would I want to do that? That is no fun. Why would I want to eat? Well, eating's for, I don't know. I don't know who eating's for. Whatever. Eating's underrated. Overrated? Overrated. Damn, yeah, it's a little underrated, but... Oh, horse. And I love her because she got yellow. She does have yellow in her thing, so it is really cute. Gives us a nice cover. It blends with this nicely, because I was like, oh, something has to go with this. Like, we have to utilize this pretty well here. But I definitely want to bring you along for the ride and chat with you about whatever, the day, the week, I don't know. My youngest, whoops, sorry about that. My youngest is definitely, you know, she procrastinates about her assignments, but she doesn't like having bad grades, which is really funny. It's not a contradiction, but that's her poor ADHD. She has had to miss a lot of PE lately, from school functions to doctor's appointments to just, and then of course she goes, okay, I'm going to try to make up my PE. I'm going to try to get caught up, and then she got sick last week, right? So she misses like 1 or 2 mile runs, which take up a huge chunk of their grade. They have 3 to 4 miles every 6 weeks that are graded, and they're like 50 points. And that's half her week. Like, they get 20 points a day, and then you do something like that, which gets tacked on as an assignment or an assessment. And she's like, Mom, she's like, I missed the, partner mile yesterday during one meeting, which was running late, which, we were not happy about. And then, went to the doctor's appointment, and then, she goes and misses. She was sick on Monday, so she misses like a large on your own cardio that she has to do the mile on her own, which she's fine with. She does good, but so now she's got to beg her teacher to I would have liked to make up. She even showed up Friday, and supposedly no one was there. So she's like, well, shoot, people, after school. She's like, well, what am I gonna do? So yeah, she's got to email over the weekend, and then she's got to beg and plead when she shows up on Monday, going, I said, well, no more doctor appointments for the next 2 weeks that are, during the day. You're going to have to wait till after school. And, but it's like, it's sort of like piled up on us when we weren't looking. So what are you going to do? So I love this look. We've got the openness. We've got what looks like tucked in. So it's doing great there. I feel like I need I do. I feel like I need to glue just a little bit down over here. With what we cut. So I'm like, let's just glue it down a little bit. Just a little. I'm loving that, though. I'm loving the green tint on the yellow with that fabric. So that's awesome. Okay, now it looks like fabric, right? With that digital. Okay, so then let's get the layers done. So we're definitely get the 2 small ones done for sure, and then we will work our way inward to things that coincide, right? Because I want to make sure that we get stuff done. We did this with the stackable pockets too. We did the same thing. Or the stackable bags. Sort of the same process. We're just working our way along. And I don't know if I will put that hole back in. I don't think I will. I think we're just gonna cut it and leave it be. I know it's bumpy, and I don't think I could get it off to make it like less bumpy, but we'll put something on there for the thing. Alright, so I'm thinking about here. I don't know. Well, I guess I could go dark on the outside and light on the inside, because this will have another layer over it. So I can trim it. I can glue it down and trim it, or I'll just do it this way. We'll put it underneath there, and I will just, because I want the roses. I know we're going to have this over it. So at some point, I can sort of feel it right here. Like this is it, and all you're going to see is the yellow. I'd like to see more pink. So maybe I'll do it upside down, which would then make it darker on the outside. So it'd be more like this. So we'd have pale on the outside that's getting tucked in. I'm trying to think of my way through there. Dark, light, light, dark. I don't know. All right, hold on. Because I'm sort of weird about spacing and like colors, and if I do it this way, dark on the outside, light outward, with the him on the inside, with be a rose down here. That rose is clustered up there. I'd almost want to flip it around because I would really rather have, but see, then I do lose. Oh, what if I did it? No, see, in the same ballpark. I did the pink on the bottom, either side. I think no, those are two separate entities. Well, rude. I'm like, I want the flower on the outside. What if I did that one up there then? I did the yellow up there. And then I could always cluster this pink here and put it on here. So I rose up here, rose down here. So roses are on both sides. It's dark on the outside. It is lighter on the inside. Edge. So we're tucking into that dark edge. Yeah. I get too anal retentive about this stuff. Oh, so dope. Okay, so we're going to put it down here. We're going to put it right down here. Gotta know. So, anyway. I know it's getting exciting. We're just down to the nitty gritty, and on top of that, I have to keep checking off the boxes for the trip. So whether it's, needs of the trip, or whether it's needs for the shop. I want to see what else I need to order before the trip, to be here in time before I leave, so that it's prepped and ready. Like, it's packaged, it's done, even the listings are in draft mode. So the moment I get home, not only am I opening up the shop, I'm also, like, releasing new product. Like, all of that. Oh my gosh, guys. It's a lot to think about. You have to you can't just because you go on vacation doesn't mean you're just like, oh yeah, when I get back, because you miss out on stuff. So hopefully you guys all who watch me and watch Vintage Paper Girl will be patient when we take a 2-week vacation. So if you're looking into things, keep an eye on stuff. I will try not to release anything at the last second, because that would be just cruel to say, hey, here are these new things, and then, oh, by the way, you have to wait 2 weeks to be able to purchase anything. That would be really rude. But I'll have things prepped and ready. We may make note, let you know it's coming, but when we get back. But because I know I can take the last order, I think on the 13th, so that I can prep it and have it out the 14th and 15th. And we would officially not, we wouldn't, I guess at that point, that would be the last day I could take orders. So the 14th on, the store would be closed, but I would be prepping orders and getting them out the door. And that way you guys are receiving your orders while I'm gone and in June. And then, of course, if there's any problems or concerns, you can leave a message in Etsy for that concept. I just don't know if I'll be able to answer it. I do have unlimited data while we're gone. I'm paying for it. Who am I paying for it? I'm paying for unlimited data and while we're overseas, so that if I had to, I could answer you guys and let you know. Okay, great. Patience. I will take care of it the moment I get home, or make a note. Kind of deal. But yeah, it's like, ooh, I'm liking this. This is pretty. It's gonna be a very rose-based kit with bits of collaging, and it's gonna be beiges and reds, or beiges and creams and greens. A lot of cream, and because of the gold and green fabric, we're gonna have a lot of tones of green and beige, but hints of roses for sure. Roses are gonna be our thing. So, where's my paper? I can't get to it. Where is it? There it is. So that works perfectly right there to fussy cut that up. Oh, I love it. So yeah, you just would be like, hey, message me, and I let you know that I'm aware, and we can take care of any issues. The moment I get home, I can take care of issues for you. I promise, because it's not like someone's going to buy out what you have, or if I don't have the inventory to fix something usually, and all that jazz, right? So I can do a little bit of touch up, but there'll be a 10-hour difference too. So I could be asleep while you're awake, letting me know, and I could very well be messaging you back while you are asleep. Yeah, isn't that funny? 10 plus hours. I think we start off at 10, but that's just for a couple days. And then we work inward. I don't know as we get farther inland, and away from UK and towards, Germany and Austria and stuff, how many hours more it goes. I don't know how much it changes for them compared to us. I have no clue. Absolutely no clue. Alright, so I think we've got this one, and I want to put some lace behind it. And we're going to have to put some paper up here, which, do I have any extra? I do have some stuff, so I could probably cut some kind of, yeah, either way I'll do a little band up there. Okay, let's see, green, pink, I have pink, but we're going to do a little green, I think. We're just going to keep it very, I probably want to distress the envelope a little bit. But yeah, that's the goal, to be able to let you know, yes, I got your message. But if it's on vacation, I don't even know the messages will go through. Like, you could try to message through the order, you know, and I would let you know what's going on. But yeah, it's the time changes and all that fun stuff. I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting. But hopefully all goes well before I leave. Get you everything out to you guys. And then when I get, the moment I know that I'm on the plane and halfway, on the plane, I guess, and heading home, I will because we leave like on Saturday, London time, or should we leave Munich? I think it's Munich, Germany, or Munich, Austria, whatever that is. I don't know exactly where Munich is. And we had to we fly into London, like a 1 or 2 hour flight to London, with a very little layover, and then from there we head home. So it's sort of funny. We leave, I think, on Saturday one place, until we get home still Saturday here, because we're going backwards. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be fun. I think that's gonna hurt us more than going over. I don't think we're gonna have that much jet lag going over there, because we show up at 10 a.m. We get to sleep on the plane. Like, we're good. But coming home, so I'm thinking something I can gather. I want lace. I don't want to totally block up all of this. I have all kinds of stuff. I have some things. I just want to be able to cluster it in a way that is gathered nicely and pretty underneath, because this is our top layer. We can totally, I like that. I think it looks really pretty with that. So, get the right scissors. Get enough fabric to play with here. We're going to leave parts of that, actually. We're going to try to keep the gathering part. I'm going to cut it off, but yeah, this was a doily. I know I hate doing this. I did use for half of it on a cover, and then I have slowly worked my way through the rest of it. One of those beautiful finds at the vintage store, because I love the ruffles, and I was just like, but what else? How could I not? So sometimes, let's see, some of it's going to work. I got to keep it somewhat flat underneath there. So maybe we'll try to gather what we can. Let me guess, this is backwards. I feel like it's backwards. It was. Oh no. I think so. I can't tell. I know I cut it in a certain way. Now it's opposite of what I need, huh? Well, that's not a bad idea either, though. Right? We gather it. Alright, fabric tack and a clip. I'm all, we're just going to, and I don't mind if it's loose up here, it's a top. We do not have to have it perfectly nailed down. I just need enough glue here to potentially, I want it gathered up a little bit. I don't want it flat. I really don't want it flat. Flat is not on my top 10 list. I'm like, nope. I want it gathered and pretty and fun and silly. Not really silly, but pretty, so that when I put the next layer down, which is going to be a little temperamental, but we glued down the bottom corners of it down here. It doesn't have to be, it does not have to be perfectly glued up here. I could care less if it's perfectly glued up there. Let's see if we can play with it a little bit while it's still, I don't know exactly what I had in mind, but yeah, we're gonna run with it. We run with it though. Oh, it's starting to glue. Good. I guess it's a good thing. So hopefully, more inspiration. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I'm really starting to like all this stackable stuff. Last time it was just an ephemera piece, right? With a big old pocket to put in your stuff. This time it's an ephemera piece, but it's sitting on top of a journal. And it will definitely sit on top of a nice everyday, you know, couple months worth of journal pages, and I make a nice big journal for you guys. Hopefully I can have enough. I do have a lot of eco dyed, and if I print out these pages and then fill it in with some of, like I said, my Porch Prints has a chunk of digital papers that I bought. If I find them, I'll let you know. Once I go to print them up for that part, I'll let you know. Well, so I can either match it to the back. Oh, no, not quite. I was like, oh, I can match it to the backing, but not quite. All right, so let's just stick to the floral, making this a unit by using, you know, both pieces and a little bit of the paper. I think we are technically, like, at least sticking within the realm of what we need. I'll go up a little bit, huh? Yes, I could. Then floral. Let's see, what am I looking for? Pretty much what I'm going to do is just putting glue on what I need, and then gluing it where I think I want it, and then we can just cut off around it. Stuff everywhere, isn't it? Oh, fingers are definitely always very, very sticky when I'm done here. I'm always very sticky. There we go. So I'm just gluing it. What I did was I pretty much glued it right on the edge of the ripped paper here, so that it is, you know, still leaving a strip, but that's okay. Too many things. Yeah, I really don't have enough room in my workspace. Who knew that I would need more craft space? But if I pull everything out and really, you know, have it out in front of me to work on it constantly, it's sort of what happens. Like, I don't have enough room. If I don't have it where I can see it, you know, I forget to use it. Man, do I forget to use it. So I'm hoping to do with this one, whatever we tucked in here, I want to put that card. I want to have maybe this journal card that I have in here that has, I'm thinking about having this in it, because when it tucks in, it will be, you know, the purdy here, and it pulls out, you know, and it's on the way, and I don't have to feel like I have to glue it down when it gets folded, but you can take the journal card out, and, you know, I have that possibility. So that's a thought. I don't know. I really want to use this one in this kit, or in this creation. I definitely want to use that applique. Those are gorgeous. I have a dozen of those, and then I don't, you know, then they're gone. Well, no, they're gone. I may, if we really like those. I know I have a pink set similar to that coming, but it wasn't showing up today or tomorrow, so I wasn't too stoked about that. I was like, oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, that got delayed, and so I'm like, really? Did you really get delayed? I had a lot of things I bought from some vendors this week that are all over the board. Amazon's all over the board. Everybody's a little tweaky right now. I'm like, really? Right, that's a scrap. I do have scraps using elsewhere, so that's good. It's not a bad thing. I'm going to have scraps left over. Oh, everywhere. Okay, so let's see. We're going to probably make that brown. I don't think I'm going to do that green, because we want it to stick out a little bit. We want to have some dimension, since this is getting glued down. This will be only a single pocket idea. I'm not gonna glue it down to where there's another one back here. We're just using this pocket right here. I am going to put a tiny little thumb notch in this one. I know I said, I'm like, no thumb notches, but there's no way you're gonna get in there that easily if I don't. I don't want to go too low, because I don't want you to see the thumb notch per se. And I'm doing this backwards always. I can't always go the other way with things. Oh, and ta-da. Just a little one. We'll ink it. Gives another spot for dimension. But yeah, find your favorite junk mail, find your favorite base pieces, and layer them. Now I could have put something on the inside, I guess, on this flap, but I think we're just going to leave it simple. So when you open it, we're going to pull our cute little, you know, collage journal card out of it, and it's good to go. So hopefully this will stay somewhat flat. I might have to make a little, might have to grab a little medallion. Well, after the scraps we have left over, I might be able to glue a little piece here that'll keep that closed, and we can pop it open. So we may have to do that, but we can do that. That I can do on the fly, since not everything is glued down. Okay, so I'm thinking we are almost there. where I want it. I want enough room to tuck something here. And even if it sticks out, it's fine. It's just if it's, you can't keep the journal card maybe in place if you try to open it. But it does open there, so that's not such a big deal. Oh wait, no, it opens this way, huh? Well, if you, when you go to open this, you could, you know, tuck it under. Okay. I want to make sure. I guess that's why I was thinking the other direction, and I just totally goofed this up, huh? Oh, man. Well, because if I tuck something this way, you'd want to be able to keep it in place and open it and not have it bend. And I did not think about that till right now. I had it going the other way because I was just thinking of this opening, and I didn't think about that opening. Well, it still works. I like the writing up the side. I love the yellow there. They are facing, they're still facing opposite directions. All right, I think I can salvage it, and I'm not gonna be like totally bummed about it. So, okay, this is definitely a stout pocket. Hold on, here we go again. Right, don't glue this side. Just glue this side. Jeez, that's all I need is have one more thing go. I'm like, that's not everything go wrong, because this is not something I can pull off and undo. All right. Okay. So I want the room to tuck it in. I want the room that it's not going to fall out. So I have to make a journal card that fits this, but you know, just it can be skinny, but I want to put that big old piece on there. I got to keep that in mind too. So, all right, so we want that to tuck in. And then this guy, I was just going to perfectly glue it down. I was not going to leave it open in any way because I just feel like more solid it is to the paper, the more likely you can get in and out of that pocket without ripping anything. I hope. There's too much give. I don't know if it'll make it better or easier. Hopefully I'm in camera. Gosh, that's all I needed to be not be in camera. But it's supposed to be showing all the way down to here, so I should be fine. If my camera didn't do anything weird, right? I'll double check because I'm so paranoid now. Yep, oh yeah, totally. You can see. I'll pick this up so you can see what I'm doing. You probably can't see anything I'm doing. Oh my goodness. That's recording, right? Yes, I'm watching the countdown, her count up. Okay, so tuck something in there. We'll put a little circle in here with some scrap paper to make sure it stays down. We now have the capability to tuck something here, and it doesn't interfere when this opens up this way. Perfect. Beautiful. Okay. Whew. Save that. Because I'm like, oh, I'd put that in there, and then I'd have that pretty thing, and it would squish. Every time you opened it, you guys would be like, it gets caught. So then this way, which is fine if there's something here and it opens this way to a point. I'm going to have to be really careful, really tight with that so that it stays tucked in here to a point still. Either way. I guess either way, it doesn't really matter, huh? So we'll keep that in mind. So either way, as much as I want to keep this to the top of whatever I tuck in, this will definitely get in the way. Now that it goes this way. Well, we're not writing on this, so it's doable. I don't know. I'll find it. I know I want to put that on something. Tucked somewhere. Okay. Circle, little, maybe. What kind of pocket? I have space. I'm going to need a little. I do need a little circle. I don't know if I have a small enough one. Nope, that's not one I'm looking for. This is a 1 inch, which is actually a lot bigger than it looks. I don't want to get, I'm just trying to use up the paper I have without making another hole or dent. Ooh, well, blue does not go. It would be, well, that would definitely make it stand out. I really don't think I want it to stand out. It's not big enough either. Wow. Well, I'm going to have to find the scrap that works then. Never mind. I don't want to get into anything. Well, I guess I could do that. I'm just going to have to do it. I'm going to have to get to the bottom of that and just, it's actually probably too big, but, what I did so you could tuck it in and, or not. I don't know if I like that idea. After all of that. Okay. I either gotta go a much smaller piece or I have to find another way to clasp that because that's not gonna work. It's really big and I don't have as far down as I thought. I could cut it in half and do it that way and make it just a tiny dome because we don't wanna, you have to try to bend that in there. This is pretty it's flimsy. I don't have a full... Alright, well, we'll work on it. I'm not going to stress over about that. We have so much to do, and I'm halfway through already. We're at 30 plus minutes. So, we have scraps. We put it off to the side. Move on to the next piece. So yeah, I mean, hope you had a great weekend. Hope you had a great weekend. The weather permitted. Everything was happy. That I'm not sure about yet. I have a general idea which one this is going to be, but now that I see this, I have an idea. This one is pretty much a go-to. I think I know what I'm doing with this one. So we're going to do these guys, this gorgeous big old, I know the notes will be a little upside down, but then the other side will be properly. We're going to cluster right here in the middle. We're going to do a zigzag, or the, same rip idea. And we're going to cover, this guy in the piano paper here. And we're going to put, upside down notes, but roses over here. So, we are going to the edges again, right? I'm not doing a lot, but let's see here. These pages were pre-cut, so I gotta figure out with room, how far do I need to go out a little farther, but I need to, get an idea of how much I need. Once I cut the edges, yeah, that'll work. Okay. Just rip and tear. Let's see if we do this. We're going to do a little different. I can always just, we're going to do the whole bend it, tear it till I can't do it anymore. Or bend it and, score it here. So that when it does finally tear, it's a little bit of a rip. Carefully. And we can distress that and we can ink it. Now the only downside is this outer edge. Now what we could do then is not worry about it. We get a very clean all the way to the edge type thing. So that way we have none, because I do have that little bit of, what do you want to call it, yellow on this end, and I don't want to see that. So, no, we are going to do this in a deep pocket anyway. So, yes, I mean, some ends are torn, and this one actually needs to be cut because I don't have a tear on anything else. So, I don't really want to tear down here. We can, give it some more distress, right? That's about the tin bolts. Things, they open up really wide, so you can do this. I mean, if I wanted to, I could just do a little bit on the ends to help with the ink. But I'm not trying to tear it. There we go. Just a little. They'll definitely pick up the ink and make my life a little easier. Let's see. Not much of a chat, I guess. Doing some filming ahead of the game, but trying to cover all my bases because this weekend is supposed to be busy. It's a little hard, right? The Europe trip is exciting. It is definitely, we're down to the nitty gritty and trying to figure out all of that. Yeah, we're going to go as far as we can on that one, and then, and I didn't go all the way out. I only went to this curve. We still have the edges here, which we might do like we do on the other side. Let's see, that one's solid, huh? I was trying to decide we might want to put the same borders we put on the inside. We may put the same little strips out here to hide the white. We might like purposely, make a little effort to offset both directions with whatever we do. I'm almost time to use fabric. I'm almost time to use the fabric on the inside of the cover in strips here. Make little fabric strips to do what we need to do. So I might. We'll see. Because it is beige, creams and golds. In that brown taupey color that I'm like, that could be really nice as elements. Using it in this part here to bring the inside cover to the topper section. So that might be fun. So we might do that. especially if we, you know, we use the strip, we use the shears and we cut it nicely, and at least the bottom sections and the edges, if we need to, right? So we're gonna do this paneling, we're gonna make it a perfect cover instead of just a partial like we normally do, where we, you know, try to, see, this one is a little short though. That's all right. Extra ink, and you know, it's all right. Yeah, because I got too low on the bottom, though. Just a smidge. Darn it. And there's no, I mean, I can pull it up, but I can't. We'll just stretch it this way. I can always feel I can feel the bumpiness. So here, if you guys can see, you open that, you put it in there, we do the tuck here, so hopefully we get a nice journal card in there. We got the yellow with the green tints, and then you've got this pocket here, and we're going to cover this. So, all right, so then we've got our first thing here. We're going to put a nice large, ooh, that's what always worries me, is that moment I hit that edge, it unglues itself. I'm going to sort of coat that. So yeah, we definitely are going to want to put, well, it should be attached to itself. But yeah, I think we definitely, if we put some, instead of putting washi down here because we don't want to lose the gold, we're going to put some fabric like strips up in the top and bottom to help keep everything together. Definitely. Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay. Oh, I want the large. So in this case, I want a nice large ordeal. Now when you do this after the fact and it is so wide, sometimes you can get in there, sometimes you can't. So I don't need depth. Yeah, it's going to be tight. So I want to go high, I want to go low, I guess middle. We'll keep it to the middle, and we're going to go pretty good size because, oh, cheese and crackers. Didn't think about that. Well, I could glue it right back down and hide it. Oh, I like that idea. See, there we go. It'll be a faux. It's there, and you could use it, but it's going to be sort of a faux thumb notch because we don't want to see the white. Instead of covering it with one more thing, maybe I'll just glue it right back down. But hopefully you all had a good weekend. Hopefully you are crafting away and enjoying the sun. One of the ladies I follow and watch was like, it's too nice outside, but I want a quilt. So lucky for her, there's a screen or a glass door outside of her workspace. And so she just dragged her table and stuff outside. I thought it was super cute. I was like, oh, well, that's smart. Why not? Take it outside with you, right? I wish I could. I'm like, ugh. Sometimes I'll bring stuff inside. Like during the winter, I would want to, you know, craft and watch movies or whatever. And I didn't want to look at my phone or something to do it. And I'm like, well, how do I do that? You know, and I'd be like, okay, let me see what I can bring inside to work on. Small little tray of stuff. It works, but... Alright, now we're going to cover that. So, but right now I am going to do a little bit of inking just to be on the safe side. Now, once it's open, you do see white. So, that's not super fun. Yes, I want to have a large journal card or tag in there, but you still see all the white in there. Now that I'm looking at it, right? Well, that is absolutely no fun at all. Absolutely no fun at all. Not cute, not anything. No, I keep opening that though. So, shoot. That is not useful at all. It's like, oh, so you can't see it, but then you see the white. So I either have to, and that just keeps ripping every time I touch it. Gosh darn it. I'm like, I can't really pull this up. Not well. I mean, I probably can, but alright. Don't need all of it. It's fine. What am I going to do? So I need to put paper in there because now all you can see is white, and I don't need to see all the white. I did at some point do need to, I don't mind seeing the gold part, but I need to see something that's not bleh, and white on the inside. Otherwise I got to try to just simply, yeah, we definitely have to cover the inside here. Do I have another one like that that have the same? There went something. So this one, yep, you see white inside, and there's white inside. So I have that problem everywhere. Now these aren't huge. And they don't feel like they're as easy to see. And I could just brush ink in those. I think. Let's see. Oh, it is too big and coming unglued. Well, shoot, people. This is what I get for starting getting ahead of myself, I guess, and trying to do something. I didn't realize how big these are until you need them, right? I'm gonna put a little bit of ink in here, but see, yes, it's coming unglued. I'm just trying to get in there. That's right. Everything can be re-glued to a point. There's always trials and tribulations. I always have great ideas, but you really have to really reinforce and cover everything, right? So I can't get everything in there, but I did do this, and yeah, so we are definitely going to cover top and bottom in places so that you know, we are not dealing with just a little bit. So if you really looked in, I guess at least you see some ink, you know, ink and not so much white. Ruin some of the aesthetics, right? All right, there we go. A little bit better. Not exactly what I was hoping for, but yes. Okay, so just like we covered the inside of that, I now need to cover the inside of that. That's going to get sealed. That is fine because that is not, like, this is beige. It's fine. Okay. All good until it's not, right? Dropped my, I dropped the ruler, and I'm like, if I'm not careful, I'm going to roll over that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to bite at this set of 3 just to get a hold of that one, because I don't use that one as often, but I still use it. Okay. I did find, oh, I could do that. I didn't think about that. Hold on. Sorry. Total side note. I have these guys. I could, you know, glue this down in the cluster, and that would help keep this closed. But it would be harder where I could just tuck it back in. Why aren't you working for me today? Apparently everything wants to come unglued today. Nothing wants to stay down. I'm thinking that would be a really cute way to just sort of tuck and keep that in without keeping it in, right? So maybe you have to offset it a little bit. So it's just a little to keep it down, and we can still, right, not a big deal, easily, you can tuck it back in easier once you have this in place, but it's cute. It fits the color scheme. I almost want to put on another layers. Okay, well, that's the thought. I could put it on paper, give us that green, that yellow, just to give us some color, but I also have green. Oh, I have a sagey green. It's almost too blue. Yeah, blue-green. I could put a little one of these flowers underneath him also. So, okay, well, we have a few ideas there to help cluster that down. Sorry, I was looking it up and I was like, well, wait a minute, wouldn't this work? As a true flip-flop, you can't remember where things are. All right. Okay. Paper. Just when I thought I was doing good and I had to go start this one. But if I don't, most of it gives you something. It doesn't have to be everything. Hate to go all the way down, but you know, you're gonna look. This one's opens pretty wide, so like you could see in there. Don't need to, don't want to, but all right. Better be safe than sorry. I wanted to have a nice look and feel. And we're gonna do the same thing. You know, the rest of that is done up a certain way. We're going to have the same effect on this end as we do, you know, on this paper. So it's going to have the same rip torn texture, go down the sides just a little bit in case you see it. The big part will be getting it in here. I think we're going to plop it in there, and I'm just going to get the glue underneath the best I can. Yep. But the joy of the glitter glue and the tiny, for the most part, for really far corners, is the skinny needle. I mean, you still have to get this in here quite a bit, but this way I can just get enough in there, and then the top edge here, and this corner is definitely bugging me. Nope, did not get the glue in there. Thought I got glue in there. Sorry about that, super talkative. I mean, the potential of a great weekend, but I don't know for sure what we did. I'm really hoping we get to go to the art show. She really needs to see what it takes and what these, like, everybody can do and be encouraged and excited. But you know, the teamwork, and talk to maybe some of the artists and the students. You know, I don't want to discourage her, but I definitely want her to know, like, this is what they do. This is what they're working on. This is how they're working together. Yeah, there's always one piece. There's always something that gets, I think with the way it's going, that is getting unglued. There's always one. I don't know why. I think it's lower than that, and it shouldn't be. It should be up higher. It should be up here. It's just not staying up here for some reason. Okay. So when we glue down these corners, hopefully we can get that where we need. Okay, so now we have that. It's covered. Has a nice white to it, but yeah, the moment I open it up to put anything in there, my fingers alone. So fabric, for sure. We can do a fabric strip this way, fabric strip this way, right? To sort of do, you know, a cute little thing. And that'll take care of that problem. This one needs to be upright. So we are going to tear and rip this one. So I'm not getting to the other one. I'm definitely, I guess we'll start the new project that way. Next week, I don't know, or I'll do that one. The inside's not much different. What we're doing for this one, I'm not going to do anything on this page. We're just going to ink it, put lace down below, and then we're going to put this one. We're actually going to decorate. We have some scraps up here for this flap, and we're going to cover, you know, with a border, this coin envelope with this guy. This corner here is super pretty. I'm loving it. I think it'd be really nice. And then the inside works to where I've already sort of folded it, but she looks nice on the inside here. So this is the space that we need, and I may just do a nice deep thumb notch instead of trying to match this. You just glue on this outer edge, and then you just cut the notch and hope that as you go in and out. But it'd be good if I can cut it, because then it's more solid. Just the paper by itself with just a thumb notch will start ripping and tearing every time you go in and out. So we have that as the inside. So we are utilizing, you know, all aspects of this, where we're using the brown when we can as a matted edge. We're going to leave the brown here so that it sticks out behind this, but it gives us some room if I put it up higher to put some lace, and we're going to tuck behind this coin envelope and then into the coin envelope. So that is how this one is going to potentially, you know, take off and work. So that is enjoyable on that end. Where am I at? We'll leave that there. Okay, so let's do this, because I have a feeling I'm coming up on, oh yeah, 53 minutes. Well, I guess we'll just finish the project we started with, because how can we not? But I do appreciate you guys all coming along, watching, liking, loving, commenting. Comments are big. Comments are a big deal. Comments and notifications, and of course subscriptions lets Itsy know that someone is following me, is watching me, and that that's not straight. That, you know, you guys want to see more. That you're involved. That you're excited about the whole kit and caboodle. And I know my daughter's about to come out here and talk to me. I'm like, nope, wait, hold on one second. I'm almost done. Your appointment's done, but mine is not. Okay, so, oh, almost, right? Nope, not quite. I don't have much up there. It's just the tiniest bit. I guess that would be more of a decal edge, but it's short, so Okay, so we're going to go here. I am not using a lot of the dark parts. I will let a little bit of this pop up. Maybe we will just do our thing here. I will fold it so I know exactly what I need. And then that way, maybe we will let this end, because it is a little different. As a panel, we won't go to the edge. We won't match it to the other side, I don't think. I don't think we're going to match it to the other side. We're going to go there. And then I got to see, what am I looking at? Up that line here, huh? I love the fold method. To figure out if it's really what we want. Sure, why not, right? Because this one, we want to see the gold, but again, we don't need it to go very far. It is just covering the white, because, you know, we're going to put fabric in here, up here. So, there we go. Do I want to... I don't know what I want to do, so I'll be there in a moment. Alright. Oh, well, anyway, thank you so much for commenting, liking, loving, commenting. That's my spiel there, sorry. Make sure you hit the notifications and the subscription button, because subbies are great, and then I know who's there, who's going on, how we're growing, what to keep working on, what not to work on, when to show it. Sometimes we need to know when to show these videos, and if they're not viewed enough, then we don't know what to, you know, we go, okay, well, people aren't watching that, so I guess we need to change the time frame, and, you know, it helps when our subbies are doing it. So, I really do appreciate all of that. That ripped, that's okay. It's a little bit of a character. Yeah, we'll make it work. I can always tear the top a little bit. We're going to make it work, right? But I hope you'll continue watching this project. I will probably do that other pocket on my own, and get some more of this covered. I don't know. We have the cover, we have the sewing in of a signature and showing that off. So I don't want to get too long on this project. You know, 3, maybe 4 videos. Worked on the black and white some more today when I was waiting for things to do. So that's coming along. So hopefully, actually, that would have had a quick wheel on Sunday, I think, showing its progress. So hopefully caught that. If not, go back and look. And then what else? Oh, I don't know. So much going on. But check the shop, check the store. Keep an eye on things. I will put things in announcements on the top of the page for reminders, like I said, on the shop and the vacation times, and when we're taking the last order, all that jazz. And well, that's about it, I guess. So I love you all very much. Thank you so much for just watching me work on this. I know there wasn't a lot of chat. Didn't have a whole lot to say, I guess. Like I said, downside about somewhat doing things ahead of time, but I will have plenty to talk about then on the next video, because then it'll have some actual time lapse, and I will be able to go, yep, we did this, no, we did that, and whatever else is going on. So, love you all very, very much. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful week, and we will talk to you guys all real soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.